attorney and former Army Ranger. He joins us to assess all of this. Ryan, thank you so much for coming on. So when you take these people seriously, and I think we probably should since they have more power than most of us do, what they're suggesting is disarming a country that owns billions of rounds of ammunition and 400 million firearms. Mm-hmm. What they're calling for is a totalitarian state and civil war.
You're absolutely right, because who's going to be going to try to collect these? Who's going to be actually effectuating these policies? I mean, I say that when a politician tells you you don't need a gun, it's time to get a gun. And these comparisons we're making to these other countries that are largely homogenous, mostly isolated countries that don't have porous borders like we do, where drugs and crime are just flowing across freely, are able to effectuate some sort of gun control, but it still doesn't help. Gun violence might go down, but I'm not a believer that gun violence is the only bad thing. I think all violent crime is bad. And I actually have an article on Sean Davis's The Federalist website about how violent crime in Australia has actually increased ever since they took away people's ability to defend themselves.
Well, crime by the government has increased dramatically. I mean, the Australian government, the authoritarian Australian government, put people in concentration camps for violating their non-scientific COVID rules. So, I mean, civilians are not the only people who commit crimes. The biggest crimes are always committed by the government, always.
Yes, and every bad government that we look at in history, what's one of the things they did first? They take away the guns. See, the problem too is I am tired of being painted, even by family members or people that I know, as someone that doesn't think these mass shootings are horrible. I think they are so horrible that I think my ideas and ideas that show that we shouldn't have disarmed schools, we should actually protect our children, are so much better at saving these lives. That's why it's so important to me. Rushing to try and get rid of guns to keep someone from doing something horrible like this, it's the same as, I don't know, banning fentanyl. We have a 100% ban on fentanyl in this country. Is it doing a whole lot of good? No, it's everywhere. And matter of fact, think of the people that are in control of these drugs that are 100% banned, zero tolerance, 100% banned. Those people that disregard the laws, we call them criminals, they're the ones that would have the guns. This is a horrible idea. It's not going to make anyone safer. It's bad all around.
Well, if we want to stop murders, we find out why murderers commit murder. And we should take a look at this manifesto. And if the murderer from Monday says, I'm committing this mass shooting because Tennessee has lax gun laws, then let's have that conversation. But I suspect that's not what it says. Ryan Kleckner, great to see you.
No, one AR-15 was used for evil, one was used for good. Thanks.
Well, exactly.
There are a multitude of reasons that the United States of America is the greatest country on the planet. I'm proud to be an American. I am proud to not live under a totalitarian government. One of the things that makes the United States so great is the United States Constitution. The Second Amendment to the United States Constitution gives its citizens the right to keep and bear arms. That right shall not be infringed.